Good morning, welcome back. Here we are again with the 360. We've got our final knocking noise, I think, to get rid of, which is these little beauties. Rose joints, I believe they're called. Rose joints. They go in the top arm and it connects to the car here. And yeah, so we're going to swap those out now. Fingers crossed it goes smoothly. We've also got just ordered some new brake hoses because while we were looking, some of them have got little bubbles in, which is no good. So we've ordered some braided ones of those. So we'll do a little video on that when we get them. This is our work light. We made it out of a Flory tube and a car ramp. Now, if you knew what I did for a living, you'd probably laugh. But anyway, so inside here, that's the rose joints in there. One there, one there. So we're going to just pop off 4 bolts, I hope. 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts there. I'll crack off this bad boy here. And I think I'll probably have to undo the track rod end just to give me a bit of bending out, but hopefully not. We'll see. I'm going to undo this and see how far away it comes, and then we'll come back to the others. We've got the standard 10mm strong arm. It fits everything on this car. Really tight. So good news, we've just undone that bolt and it has pulled away enough for us to release the top arm. That's brilliant. There's a little collar in these at the top and at the bottom. I presume they're to stop the bolt undoing. But what do you think? Do they need replaced? Do you recommend they get replaced? Or I haven't replaced them, to be honest. I just cleaned them up and put them back in. But what do you know? Let me know if you know. Look at that bad boy. So these ones to undo now. We decided to go for a long one. I'm not using our electric ratchet because we want to feel it gently. Hopefully it won't just undo the studs out of the chassis, and hopefully the nuts will come off the studs. It's a bit hit and miss, really. I don't like it when the studs come out the chassis because then you're messing with aluminium receptacles. It's hard to see really what they're doing. We're going to give ourselves the best chance. So the studs have come out of the chassis with the nuts, and the arm is now free. I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to mark it up as front top, so I know exactly front top I'm going to put there, rear top, so I know which way it goes back on. And also, I know it might look a bit sad, but I've also marked up the spaces that go between the arm and the chassis, and I put them in order. This is the arm, look. It's perfect, isn't it? Just like it. Right, we've marked it up. Front, rear, a little T for top, and a little arrow for front. While it's off, you're best off just check this. Oh God, there's tiny bit. It's like a tiny bit in everything. It's pretty rubbish, really. Looks like they only go one way in and one way out, so I'm going to have to push them outwards to remove them, push them inwards that way. We're going to do it the same as we did the bottom ball joint. I'm going to find a socket that fits, get my clamp, and heat it up, and push it out. I didn't have any sound when I did my other one because I made a mess of it, remember? So, yeah. That's tons of, I mean, look at that. Let's add it. You can hear it. That's what I could hear. I was driving. Really annoying. Right, let's get rid of it. Right, we've got everything we need now. As I've said before in other videos, you don't need to buy really expensive specialist tools. There are tricks, there are stuff to do. I mean, you can do if you want. I'm not saying don't, but this is just, you spend £300 on a tool, you use it once. So this, basically, you've got your socket, which is smaller, slightly smaller than that, goes on that end. Your socket that's bigger goes that end, so it receives it. You can see. So as you push that socket through, that one receives it there. So we'll put the sockets on either end of that, and then we use our cramping tool. Where is it? There you go. Use our crimping tool, tighten it up and push it through. So we'll whack that in the vise now, give it a bit of heat, and it should just push out nice and easily. Do you like my merch? I do like a bit of merch. I must say, Gas Monkey's the original merch, but it's not about anymore. And a bit of Matt Armstrong, a bit of hard work beats talent. I think he's great, to be honest. Actually, I think you should sponsor me, Matt. Just sponsor the old, invest in the old people like me, the poor people who are like in nearly 50, who didn't have the internet, but have still been doing it all this time and getting away with it without the internet, without, we went to scrap yards, we did it, we're still doing it now, but what you've done is fantastic. But I think what I need in my videos is some nice merch from you for free. And then that obviously promotes you, because I know you're struggling a bit. You're only up to a few million. I mean, I've got sort of, 41 subscribers. So that's what I can do for you, really, is help promote you with some free stuff. So I'll tag you in this video. You must watch it. Have a think about it. I mean, I've bought a few things off you already. And it's very comfortable because I'm a bit of a fat bloke. All right, do it. Okay, we've got it set up in the vise now, ready to push out. We just wind it through, push it out. We're just going to apply a bit of heat now to it. Can't beat a blowtorch, can you? Somebody's parked this Ferrari too close to my workbench. Now, just give it a bit of heat and see what happens. You don't want to burn the Ferrari. Need to be careful. It might come out without heat, to be honest. I'm just going to give it a little bit. Won't take much. Okay. Let's wind her up. And there she goes. Beautiful. Right on my toe. Fantastic. That didn't work. Maybe you should buy a tool. Oh my God. That was horrible. So horrible. 4 hours. Took 4 hours. But we win. We win. You lose, arm. Right. Yeah, maybe buy the tool. It's probably better. Or struggle. Geez, we've ended up, we made my own tool, we bent the rods. So one of them gave up a bit of a fight, so we ended up cutting it out, which was very carefully. That was tight. What we did learn is there's a circlip on the end, so you pull this bit out, and then that pings in there. That gives you your doodah, see? It's quite cool, really. So this is the bit that's hard to get out. And 4 hours. I rang my mate, a friend of a friend, have you got a press? Didn't have one. So anyway, we've done it now. Look at the state. Look at that. Every tool out of the box. Honestly, awful. Look at my hands. Ah. Right, we've done it now. So we'll clean that up and put the new ones in tomorrow. I've had enough for today. Morning, we're back again. We're ready. Recovered, ready to attack the arm. We merched up again, new stuff, old school, save the manuals, old fashioned Matt Armstrong there. Send some new stuff, Matt. We need some new stuff. This is all worn out. It's only making you look bad, me wearing scruffy stuff for all my 41 subscribers. You'll never take off without me. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to tidy up the mess now and get the arm on the table, heat it up, and hopefully we can pop the new bushes in nice and easy. We're going to take our time, get it nice and warm. We've got some assembly grease on it. We've made a tool, which I'll show you in a minute. May or may not work. Like I say, maybe it's worth buying one. Okay. I'm just going to give these little inserts a clean air now. Nice and tidy now. Ready? Did the other one before. Just do that edge a bit more. And that's where the lip touches when you press it in. So we're going to clean that outer edge so it's like that one there, nice and clean. There's a good chance you've all worked out that we're just making it up now. So to get this back in, what I've decided is I'm going to do a bit of assembly grease for when you do your engine builds and stuff, just to help it. If it's good enough for assembling an engine that moves 1,000,000 parts 1,000,000 miles an hour, it's good enough for assembling a bush. That's my theory anyway. So we'll put that assembly grease on there, red rubber grease, and then we're going to heat this bad boy up with the old kapow machine. Fire! Stand back! Pow! And while we're doing that, what we did last night, I made another tool. This one is definitely going to work because all the others are broken now. Basically, piece of threaded bar, a bad boy piece of threaded bar, no messing, no bolt and washer on each end. We'll fire that through, tighten that up, and that should pull the bush through. That's my theory. Obviously, I reckon that aluminium expands at 30 degrees. I don't think I'm going to get this to 30 degrees. Let's see. Let's go for it. Put that bad boy through there and put that on there. Oh yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Yeah, definitely hot. It burns. It burns a lot. Ow, jeez. No language. Right. See? This is going to work perfectly. I can feel it. So we've got 19mm there, 19mm here. The ratchet's knocking about here somewhere. We won't use the gun. We'll see if we can just do it nicely. It'll just, come on, please work. Okay, it's pulled it through, but there's still a small gap here. So we're going to have to do the old trick with the just put that on there. Better leaving that. Trick with the socket on there. Luckily, I just found a bolt long enough. As all my longer ones bent when I was taking it out. So ideally, that tool was great, but it just wasn't long enough. So this is going to work. I think I might ugga bugger this one, as they say, but not with that. How about that? Unbelievable. It's in. It's in. We win. She's in. Beautiful. Look at that. Right, so now the pin goes through from the outside. 2 washers. Make sure you've got your washer on the outside. Thin washer on the outside there. It's through there. There's a small washer goes on first. Then there's a bigger washer with a flat bit on it. Lines up that there. And then the old circlip goes on there. Perfect. Clip on there. Right, so it's in now. Circlip's on. It's nice and tight. Let's do the other side. Finally, they're both in. Beautiful. I've wrestled with some stuff on cars in my time, and that is definitely in the top 5. Definitely. I've not cut my fingers up, so it's not quite at the top, but yeah, that's a difficult job, that, to be fair. I mean, saves a bit of money, but costs a lot of time. You can see why the labour charges are so high, really. But I know they've got proper tools and stuff, but it still takes a long time. Right, let's get it back on the car. So we just cleaned up all the threads on the old bolts, cleaned up the old washers, ready to go. That's what they looked like before. So all that junk and crap stops you getting a good tighten. So a bit of a run on the wire wheel for the nuts and bolts. We'll put a bit of copper slip on them. So how do we clean up these old washers, you wonder? Nice and tidy, in a set of grips. Wire wool around there. I've done practically 3 or 4 entire cars this way. It's quite therapeutic once you get into it, to be honest. A bit dusty though. Yeah, a bit of rust dust. A bit of rust dust in your nose at the end of the day. What about now? The next thing we've done is just clean up the receptacles, the chassis. We're going to just blow in it, crap out of there. Oh my god. So much in there in Google. Oh, it's in there. Get it out so you get a nice smooth run for the bolting. And because they're metal washers now, that there's a metal space that goes between that and the arm, we're just gonna a bit of alley slip on there, and that should hopefully stop any chemical reactions, because you get a reaction between aluminium and steel over time. It kind of welds itself together and stuff. It's horrible. So that should protect the aluminium. Okay, let's put it back together. So there you have it. The worst job I've done so far on the car, bar none. That was horrible. I don't want to have to do it again. They work so much better now. Honestly, if you could, you'd change them all, wouldn't you? It's 25 years old, this car, pretty much. So you just change them all and have it mint, but £100 a pop. And you know, there's 1, 2, 4 there. One in your suspension top, that's 5. She's talking 500 quid there. Aside, that's $2 grand. I mean, it's just outrageous, really. I think you can get them cheaper, to be fair, but let me know if you know where you can, and I'll do it. But you know, wow, mint. Right, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, you know what to do.